Hey guys, JackedJess here. In today's video, I'm going to talk a little bit about the process of becoming an ACE certified personal trainer. I am so grateful for this opportunity. If you haven't seen me before, hi, I'm JackedJess. I make fitness inspiring content and I'd really appreciate it if you drop me a like and subscribe. Even turn on those bell notices. Okay, let's get into the video. I just want to start off by saying I'm so grateful for this opportunity. It wasn't easy. It took me many months. I took a course in person to get ready for this exam, and your girl took the exam the day after she finished the course because I was honest with myself. I was like, am I going to study if I put this off? Will I just keep putting it off? And I know myself, so I said no, we're gonna take it right away, get her done. And I'm so grateful for all the amazing people who cheered me on throughout this process. I've received an overwhelming amount of love and support, and it really just pushed me through to the finish line. It also feels like I haven't filmed a video in forever because when you are studying for an exam, I just know when I'm striving towards something this intense, I just have to put my life on hold. Ironically, I took a little break from the gym, which was great for my mind and body. I'm coming back stronger than ever, get that depth in the squat, and I was like, I am chilling up in here, okay? Yeah, so when I'm really striving towards something, and if you guys are looking to write the ACE exam, I would recommend just setting a time to study for it, and at least I highly recommend going in person because this really set those strict deadlines for myself. I know internally, like, I'm JackedJess, but I can also be very lazy. Let's be honest, we are all humans. So when you're just surrounded by these people who are going to cheer you on, have that real interaction, it just makes the process so much more fun and more engaging. For the ACE exam, if you guys are looking about taking it, I would really recommend taking at least 20 minutes a day and studying, looking at it, just looking over your notes, because all those mini study sessions over time, even 10 minutes, like, they are really gonna make a difference. My biggest thing with fitness and even with this channel is I want to make things fun and engaging. So for example, when we had to do presentations in class, some people were like, oh, like, you're kind of good at this? And I was like, guys, I speak to myself in front of the camera all the time. It really helps. This is just so amazing how I feel my channel is paying off in my day-to-day life. I am so grateful for this. For studying for this exam, it is a lot of content, but what I find is really helpful, as I mentioned, is just making the concepts funny and engaging. For example, I compared osteoporosis to ex-boyfriends. You heard me, ex-boyfriends. Why? Because you have the osteoclasts and you have the osteoblasts. So you can think of the osteoclasts as the chewers, chewing away at you. These are the ex-boyfriends. They are generally bigger than the osteoblasts, but osteoblasts, B for builder, they build you back up, and you say no to the ex-boyfriend. After these, osteoporosis is when you have too many osteoclasts and not enough osteoblasts. So when these osteoclasts are chewing down at you, you just say, no, I'm gonna hit the gym, I'm gonna build myself back up. Girls and guys, like, whenever I explain osteoporosis to someone, that is just the fun way to do it. So I always love to make studying fun, share with my friends, and ask them if they have any tips for remembering. Also, I'll insert a little clip of the bone dance we learned. Okay, get ready for your bone bonanza dance. Let's go. You tap your heels with your calcaneus, tibia, fibula, tibia, fibula, tibia, fibula, tibia, fibula. Humorous. Pubic bone 1, pubic bone 2, I'm filming a video. Pubic synthesis. Wait, okay. You squat with your femur. You sass it up with your ilium. Sit on your ischium. I love that stuff. When people were doing it in class, they're like, this is ridiculous. But guys and gals, that really helped me study. I sent it to people, laugh about it, and just having that fun interaction with the material you are learning is really just gonna make it stick to your brain. So I also came up with many acronyms, like just really weird acronyms to remember things. Whatever works. Literally, lordosis, one of the postural imbalances. Lordosis has the word lord and cis. One of the stretches you can do for this postural imbalance is you can do the child's pose, or you can do kneeling lunges. So I was thinking, you know, you bow to the Lord for the lordosis, and you kneel to the Lord. So just anything, whatever works, man. If you ever need to hit me up for some fun study hacks, I got you. And it's really fun because when you just present this in such a fun manner, you share it with people that are learning in the same environment as you, that just makes you so much more motivated to learn. For example, when I was in high school and I had to do presentations, my heart was like pounding out of my chest, and not gonna lie, I still get nervous talking in front of people. I bottle that up, throw it away just for those 5 minutes, and I just felt so great after, because that's a reminder of, you know, I have accomplished something, but I have so much more ways to go, because looking back at what I have achieved now just makes me all more excited for what I can do later. So when you are studying for this exam, if you decide to go in and take an in-person class, ask questions. These are so helpful because a lot of us can get really caught up in our day-to-day lives. If you solidify something in the classroom, it makes it understandable when you go back to look at it when you're studying. So for the course, even to understand some of these questions, you have to understand the basics. So when I took my course, they broke it down into 3 different books: Exercise Science, the Personal Training Basics, and then Personal Training Comprehensive. So for example, all this science, break it down, all those things in the first book, you have to understand those to even understand some of the questions on the exam. So these ones, you can look at it and just make sure you understand. Well, there's a lot of memorization, but that's why I really preach, make it fun, share with your friends, grab a study buddy, get these concepts in your brain, start sinking them in at the beginning. So when you progress to these farther levels, you'll be like, oh, it's really clicking in, because eventually when you are working out yourself in the gym, you can think, oh, this is what I learned in class, and you could try something out, bring something back to ask your instructor for next time. A lot of the questions you do have to read carefully, because this exam, like, it requires a lot of thinking. It's also not cheap. I want to pass. Yes. So you really got to read it through carefully and make sure you understand your concepts, but you also just gotta believe in yourself. I believe there's a lot of videos talking about the ACE exam and goes in more into depth this concept, but you also just have to believe in yourself. There were so many people cheering me on, and that just made a huge difference, because self-doubt, I was like, should I rebook the exam? But one of my coaches, he was like, you know, light work, and like, you can do this. And then I just told so many people that I was taking this exam to really solidify it, that I was going to pass. Self-care, because the day before the exam, I went and got myself a massage. I got my lashes done, because I was like, when I take the picture, I'm gonna look, your girl gonna pop off, okay? So this is a lot about mindset as well. Just be realistic with yourself. Do you have enough time to be studying for this course? When you book it, is it a realistic time? So when I took it, there was a lot of these videos asking what you could do to correct a certain situation. Like, for example, doing one stretch and what is tight, what would you recommend to them? If they're doing a squat improperly, what could you do to fix that? Those type of things, because that is what you are doing as a trainer. And then there was actually a lot on policies and procedures, so safety, a little bit about the business side of things, and just general things that you would think, oh, is it common sense? No, because there's a lot of good answers, but you have to pick the best answer. That was a big thing for ACE. A lot of my classmates will be taking it after, so I wish you guys the best of luck. And I know you guys can do it. I myself, I was just having a little bit of self-doubt. I just put my life on pause, took a deep breath, and I really just focused in on what I want. Because I know when I truly want something and I believe in myself, I am capable. So are you guys, so I believe in you guys too. Just talking about a more of a general side of things, it just blows my mind that I've been able to become officially certified, because this is coming from a girl who originally hated going to the gym. I would literally dread it. I was like, I'm doing okay today, but I guess I have to lug myself to the gym to kill myself on the Stairmaster, because that's the only thing I knew. It's just amazing to look back at where I am now, and I have all the things I have to learn. I'm surrounded by so many beautiful people that I have things to learn from, so I'm gonna try and look for some snippets of my journey until now, because I haven't released some photos. Like, I was a skinny gal and then, you know, started packing on the pounds. I am very heavy. That's nothing for me to be ashamed about, because now I am okay to love my body how it is and accept that it is a journey, and I'm really proud of all the strength gains that I've made as well. A big thing that I preach on this channel is find your why. So throughout this journey, I really had to remind myself, why am I doing this? Because it wasn't an easy process, but I just reminded myself that this initial change that I got for myself and experiencing that through some of my friends, it's so heartwarming, and it's so priceless to see that you're breaking through these boundaries of what you initially thought was painful or what was not enjoyable. So just being able to make that breakthrough for someone, that just excites me so much. And even just doing little trainings with my friends here and there, having that initial light bulb moment, or they're like, I can do this, and they feel more confident. It's just the best feeling in the world. So that's what really pushed me through to get this exam. Always just take any opportunities you can to keep growing and solidifying the information that you have. So some study tips is you really want to focus on information that you aren't too familiar with. So for example, if you're studying the whole chapter and you're doing okay, but there's these few concepts that you're not too sure about, and there's like the quizzes were quite helpful. So what you would do is you go through the process and you're like, wait, even if you just make a study sheet, put some blanks on it, then be like, oh, what was I missing in that blank? And then keep getting that information until you got it down. Even when you wake up, bam, 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 bam. So if you think about it, if you were to take one chapter of information in 1 week, if you even study that information 15 to 30 minutes in a day as opposed to nothing, you can learn a few facts every day, and those really build up, and it makes it easier for you in the long run, because a lot of this information is going to be solidified into your, hopefully into your longer term memory. So I actually am a psych major, side note. So when you are studying, it's much more effective practicing the information when you have to pull it out of thin air. So one of my professors, one of his recommendations was that once you study, say, a chapter or a section you study the material that's going to be on your midterm or your exam. So once you do that, you really break it down into this study sheet where you have like minimal words. Once you see the words, like, oh, these points, just like go, 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 go. Really practicing that, of getting that information when you knew nothing, or be like, oh, that was the answer, so you're gonna remember that. So like, for example, if you're gonna get something wrong on a test, you're more likely to remember it because you got it wrong. You're like, oh damn, why did I get that wrong? So that's why it's so good to do lots of practice. And even if you don't do the quizzes, or if you just practice pulling the information out of nowhere, then it's going to be that much easier when you do write the exam, because time wasn't an issue for me, but you want to feel comfortable, you have time to look it over. I was really grateful that I did have time to look it over, because I did catch a few like, oh, Jessica, what were you thinking? You know, type things. Like, the exam anxiety did get to me a little bit, but a little bit of stress is good because it actually makes you more alert. So moving forward, I'm really excited to start training, because having gone through this initial journey by myself, as I mentioned, I'm always still on it, always to keep growing and learning, but it just excites me that I can start to make that difference in someone else's life, and I am just so excited. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you next time.